Hi, thank you for watching Digging to John. I'm Dong Xiong. Researchers took data from the Facebook app Are You Interested and found that not only is race a factor in our online dating interests, but particular races get disproportionately high and low amounts of interest. The data suggests some uncomfortable stories about the racial preferences in online dating. Of the 2.4 million heterosexual interactions researchers reviewed, the findings show women get 3 times the interactions men do. All men seemed to be more interested in people outside their race. Black men and women get the lowest response rates to their messages. All women, except black women, are most drawn to white men, and men of all races prefer Asian women except for Asian men. Based on this set of online data, there is a disproportionate popularity of Asian women. However, I do not see troves of men flocking to Asian women in the offline world. I wonder to what extent there is something about finding Asian women attractive online but not in real life. Kevin Lewis, a researcher at the University of California, San Diego, looked at more than 125,000 new OkCupid users in a 2.5-month period. He saw that most people didn't reach out to potential suitors who were outside their race or ethnicity, and if they did, they were less likely to get a response. But the researcher noticed that people who were contacted by someone of a different race on OkCupid were more likely to initiate contact or interact with someone of that race later on. The connective tissue appears to be that race definitely matters when it comes to online dating. But why? Why are Asian women more popular? I can give you a couple of reasons on top of my head. For one, Asian women are pretty. It is not me saying it, there is scientific evidence behind my statement. Cardiff University of South Wales conducted a study on facial attractiveness, which indicates that Asian women, especially East Asian women, score highest of all. This is partly because Asian women have better skin, partly because Asian women know how to look after their aesthetic beauty. Asian women understand that they can boost their perceived beauty easily because their objective beauty is already there, and they look younger than their real age. For two, Asian women are more feminine. Asian women naturally know this principle very well. When many Western fashion magazines feature new trends such as edgy masculine outfits for women, Asian fashion magazines show women the most feminine side of beauty. When you travel to Shanghai, Taipei, or Tokyo, you will see numerous incredibly feminine Asian women walking down the street, eating in restaurants, and hanging out in nightclubs. People say the best dressed women are in Asia. 3. Asian women are mentally strong. Real femininity means being soft and gentle outside but strong and tough inside. A typical Asian woman is a warm and radiant lady with marvelous inner strength. 4. Asian women value family. In this day and age, a growing number of women are competing with men in the modern-day dog-eat-dog society. Western women think being masculine and joining the corporate world is the key to success, as success is defined in that way by mainstream society. However, Asian women think striking a balance between family and a career is the key to success. In Asian countries, rarely can you find a woman over 40 years old that has never been married. In contrast, in Western countries, you can easily see women in their 40s and 50s who have never been married. Maybe this is the reason why Asia has the largest population in the world. 5. Asian women are financially savvy. The research from the Center for Talent Innovation indicates that there is a rising tide of female wealth worldwide. Yet, within that tide, there are different and distinct streams. While it's easy to think of the female market as homogeneous, the research shows that cultural, geographical, and generational differences, as well as disparate sources of wealth, all affect how women view and allocate their wealth. Researchers surveyed women in the United States, United Kingdom, China, Hong Kong, Singapore, and India with personal income of at least $100,000 or investable assets of $500,000 or more. The findings indicate that women investors in Asia are in many ways ahead of their counterparts in the US. This is especially in women's levels of confidence and engagement, their degree of risk tolerance, and the level of diversity in the financial services industry across the region. These are the reasons I can think of. There must be more for sure, but there's always a but. If you decide to date Asian women, be careful. There is a few myths you need to understand. Myth number 1. Asian women make perfect wives. They have good family values and cater to the man. Around 500 BCE, Confucius outlined the relationships in which wives looked up to their husbands in perfect harmony. Times have changed, but the myth that Asian women make doting and dutiful wives still persists. Julia Ma is the owner and the matchmaker of Your Asian Connection. She says men who join her club are seeking the old picture of Asian woman: traditional, take care of a husband, cook dinner, clean house. Lots of guys hope for that, but the new generation is different. To Asian women, marriage must be a two-sided contract. A wife gives face to her husband in public, but in honoring his end in private. He must put family, not himself, first, cater to her in-laws, and, as is traditional in countries like China and Japan, hand over control of the bank accounts to her. Myth number 2. Asian women are sweet, innocent, and submissive. If you think of Asian women along this line, you probably have never dated an Asian woman. I recommend you to watch PBS series Seeking Asian Female. Steven is the main character of this PBS series. He traveled from California to China for several first dates. Steven experienced a Chinese woman with bossy, pragmatic attitudes and realized this no BS approach perfectly complemented his dreamer ex-hippie ways. At the end of his 10-year search, he found Sandy from Anhui, China, who was half his age. After moving to America on the K-1 fiancé visa, her youthful, innocent exterior gave way. For Steven, the real-life experience of Sandy's emotional, controlling, and fiery temperament was still quite biting. Myth number 3. An American man is an Asian woman's ticket to a better life. Some Asian women do believe this myth to be true, but similar to myth number 1, have never had relationships with Western men. Many Asian women living in rapidly growing world economies recognize that marrying a Westerner no longer guarantees a better financial situation. But sometimes Asian women think they are marrying a more liberal Western man, only to find out he's actually looking for a traditional Asian woman. Others don't believe the myth but know how to exploit it. These women know what they need to survive and to help their extended family. They saw an opportunity in that and then marry Western men who woke up to find themselves among 20 of her relatives, and he's totally outnumbered. The old colonial relationship between Western superiority and Asian inferiority is becoming an even more distant memory that would be foolish to try to resuscitate. These are the myths I can think of, and again, there is certainly more. Am I right? Am I wrong? You tell me. I would like to know what you think. I am particularly interested in hearing from mixed couples with Asian women or Asian men. Leave me a comment, or even better, send me a short video with both of you in it. You can tell your story, share your thoughts. You can email your video to diggingtochina2020@gmail.com. You can find my email address in the program description. If I receive enough video comment, I might compile them into a new program. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly.